One afternoon, Duncan was bringing his coaches to the station. He had finished his day's work and the coaches were playing tricks, which made Duncan very cross. "Right, Duncan, you can go to the shed for a rest before we go to the slate mine tonight," said his driver.
"Oh, nothing's easy,"
huffed Duncan as he left the station. He was very cross and very tired and couldn't wait to get a rest in the shed. Sir Handel was getting oiled. Then he saw Duncan.
"Duncan, what is wrong with you?"
he asked.
"Clutches, that's what's wrong, playing tricks on me. Someday I'll show them all."
The best thing to do, Duncan, is to just ignore them, and then they will get bored and not tease you anymore.
Nah, that'll let it take too long. The best thing to do is to be late at the station on purpose and put the blame on them,
said Duncan. Sir Handel gasped in shock when Duncan told him.
"No, Duncan, do not do that. I done something similar many years ago, and the outcome wasn't all that good."
"I don't remember,"
replied Duncan.
"You mean you don't remember me being sent to the quarry for all them years?"
asked Sir Handel.
"Of course I remember."
"Did you ever wonder why?"
"No."
"Well, I will tell you what happened to me when I started messing with the timetables. One morning I was late at Crovan's gate and James was waiting.
"Where have you been? You've kept my train late,"
he huffed. Back then I was very rude and very bad-tempered.
"I have to pull cattle trucks, while you get to pull nice shiny coaches. Do you realize how serious this is? You can't keep a mainline engine waiting. It disrupts the timetables."
"Keep a mainline engines late disrupts the timetables. We'll soon see about that," I said cheekily. I had a very nasty plan. The next morning I was collecting the coaches when I started. "Oi, driver! Ooh, I don't feel well." "Oh, Sir Handel, what's the matter?" asked me driver. "Ooh, it's a huge clamp in me boiler. It won't go away." "Well, you must contact Mr. Peter Sam at once and see if there's another engine available to take the train." "Oh, wait! It's starting to ease off a little bit. Maybe I can slowly manage to the station." "Are you sure, Sir Handel?" asked my driver. "Oh, it's starting to feel a little bit better. Come on, we're already late. We don't want to be too late." So I slowly puffed to the station, and when I arrived, James had been waiting for a long time.
"Where have you been? You're later than you were yesterday."
Oh, James, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna be late." My plan had worked.
"Hold on a minute, you. Did you do this on purpose?"
asked James. My driver was very cross. "You pretended to be ill again?" shouted me driver, and all the passengers were very cross.
"You're in big trouble. Wait till the Fat Controller hears about this."
I took no notice and left. I'd got away with so much on the railway over the years, but little did I know that this was the last time I would ever play a trick.
"So, you were sent to the quarry as a punishment?"
Well, when I arrived at the country station, Mr. Peter Sam was waiting. "Sir Handel, You've done many things over the years. You've derailed yourself on purpose, and you pretend that you're ill, and today you deliberately delayed a mainline train.
Oh no, I'm sorry, sir.
Well, unfortunately, Sir Handel, sorry isn't gonna cover it this time.
Am I going to be locked in the sheds for a couple of days?
I've had it with you, Sir Handel, and to be truthful, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So when I went to the sheds, I found Sir Handel Brown waiting for me.
Sir Handel, when your railway closed down, we give you a home, and my father named you after him, and you haven't showed us any respect at all. Oh, Mr. Brown, I'm sorry. I will behave in future. I promise.
That's just it, Sir Handel. You promise. You always promise. But you never keep your promises. You don't even get on with the coaches either, which makes it miserable for the passengers. Coaches? They're not coaches. They're kettle trucks. See what I mean, Sir Handel? You already broke your promise in under a minute. I have to make a decision, and my decision is that there's no longer a place for you on this railway, and you will go to the quarry at once, where you will work until when? Until you learn some manners and act like a decent engine. Now be gone with you. So that's why you went to the quarry for all them years? Yes, it was, Duncan. And thinking back at it makes me feel very ashamed of myself. Surely what happened at the quarry? Well, when I arrived at the quarry, it was a very busy place, and the manager immediately came to see me. Ah, you're the troublesome engine. I hope you behave better here than you did in Scarloy. I will stand in no nonsense. I will do what you tell me to do, as long as there's no cattle trucks around here. Cattle trucks? This is a quarry, you silly engine. Now get to work. So I started working in the quarry. Well, days, months, and years passed, but my behaviour didn't get any better. We rude to the workmen, bumped the trucks hard, and was rude to the engines. Any more trucks? Any more trucks? Does it look like there's any more trucks? Now be gone with ya, and go back to your own little quarry. No, they were so rude. But one day, the manager had some important news. A new lorry is coming to work at the quarry today, and Sir Handel, she stands no nonsense. I was delighted when the manager told me that. No nonsense? I'll give you nonsense all right. And soon the lorry arrived. It was a steam lorry, and she was red. Hello, my name is Elizabeth. I looked at her, and I laughed. You're red, and you've got a funnel. You're James on wheels. But Elizabeth didn't take no notice at all. As the weeks went on, Elizabeth started becoming a pain in the funnel.
You're a few minutes late.
Oh, a front page news! I'm a few minutes late!
Never keep me waiting again.
Elizabeth said sternly. After that made me very angry, and I then knew that Elizabeth had to pay. Each day, I had to go to the top of a hill where workmen would be loading the trucks with stones, and then take them to Elizabeth, where she would take them to the harbour. The hill was also too rocky for road vehicles to climb it. One day, the workmen had finished loading my truck with stone, and I was thinking about Elizabeth. Complaining?
Complaining about me being a few minutes late? I'll show her, just like I showed James.
Right, Sir Handel, time to go. See to my driver.
Only driver, I can't. I don't feel so well.
Oh, Sir Handel, do you think you can make it down the hill?
Oh no! I don't think I can turn one wheel.
I had a new driver, and it was the first time I had pretended to be ill in years. Elizabeth is waiting at the bottom of the hill for the stones. Now she's not going to be able to get into the harbour in time for the boat.
Oh, how awful!
But this was the moment when my plan backfired. The manager came rushing to my driver.
There's an emergency. One of the workmen has hurt his hand on one of the machines, and we need Sir Handel to take him to the bottom of the hill right away.
Oh no, we can't. Sir Handel's taken ill.
But the workman's too hurt to walk down the hill. What about Harold the helicopter? Harold the helicopter is currently on another job.
I was very worried. A man needed my help, but I had already told my driver that I was sick, so Elizabeth would be late. So I made a decision. I knew that I had to own up and tell the truth.
Driver, I can take the injured workman to the bottom of the hill.
Oh, good, Sir Handel. Do you feel better?
Oh, driver, there was nothing wrong with me in the first place. I said that I was sick, so Elizabeth would be late.
My driver was not happy at all. You
faked an illness.
The little manager spoke to my driver.
Oh, didn't you know? That was the reason why he had to leave the Scarlowy Railway.
Well, we'll worry about that later. We must get this man to the bottom of the hill at once so the ambulance can take him to the hospital. So I rushed to the bottom of the hill as fast as I could, and then the ambulance took the injured workman straight to the hospital. And then I realized I had something to say to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, I have something to say to you. I pretended to be ill, so you were late at the docks, and then that man hurt his hand, so I had to own up and tell everyone that I lied. But I'm truly sorry. What I did was very childish.
Elizabeth looked at me and smiled.
Oh, Sir Handel, after being expelled from the Scarlowy Railway, you should have thought twice about playing that old trick again.
I know, Elizabeth. I am truly sorry. I will never pretend to be sick again. I was really foolish. I pretended to be sick, as I said, because you complained about me being late. But after seeing that workman get hurt, it has made me realize that my job is actually easy.
I am glad you've realised that, Sir Handel. But a little bit of advice. Try and change your attitude as well, and then you will be a really useful engine.
And after that, me and Elizabeth became the best of friends. And I was friendly with the workmen, worked hard at the quarry, and treated the trucks well. And I then realised that being nice and not being bad-tempered wasn't such a bad thing after all. And then many years later, the manager had very important and exciting news for me.
Sir Handel, a man called Mr. Percival is now in charge of the Scarlowy Railway, and he wants you back.
And after hearing that, my boiler bubbled. Oh, manager. Oh, that is wonderful. It'll be brilliant to see my old friends again. And this time, I will treat the Scarlowy Railway the way it treated me, and the way I should have treated it many years ago. with respect.
Sir Handel, I'm gonna miss you. I remember that bad-tempered engine that came here all them years ago, and you have now turned into a grand, wise engine.
Oh, sir, coming here was the best thing that could ever happen to me. And Elizabeth, I hope I still see you around.
Oh, don't worry, Sir Handel. I pass the Scar-Louis Railway all the time.
So you see, Duncan, that the quarry teached me respect.
Walla, done a great story, Sir Handel.
Now you must realize, Duncan, no matter how much coaches annoy you, and how much passengers complain, and how much engines try to tease you, you must always do the better thing, and just ignore them.
Thanks for telling me all this, Sir Handel. And you know what? I'm just gonna ignore the coaches from now on. They can biff me, and they can call me names all they want. But they're not gonna be getting a reaction from me anymore.